Hello, everybody. This is the Anime Bro here, and welcome to another episode of Anime Talk, a show where I basically ask some questions to someone else. And today I am with the YouTuber Abiisu.
Hello. What's up?
And yeah, today I'm just going to be asking him some questions. And also, if you enjoy him, then you should check out his channel below. The description will be in the bottom. And yeah, let's get started. Alright, so the first question is, what is an anime that you enjoy rewatching?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm just gonna say Gurren Lagann. It's one of my favorite anime.
Okay.
And I just think it's really fun. Like, there's an incredible cast. Like, the show is not like too serious, so you can just have fun with it. And it just has some beautiful emotional moments.
I do agree with that. I watched it. There are some moments that I did find enjoyable. So, yeah, that's cool. Is there any specific reason, or is it just like you find it enjoyable to just watch every time?
I don't know. There's just something about the whole story of I don't know. They just start at the very bottom, and then through just the sheer perseverance and just willpower and just believing in themselves, they make it all the way to the top.
Oh, so just like every shonen?
I don't know. It's the characters. They're just so captivating.
Yeah, that's true. I do enjoy the characters. All right.
Yeah, like you feel so empowered, like watching them.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Gurren Lagann. All right, let's get to the second question now. So what is a guilty pleasure of yours?
I don't really have one, but I did find an anime that is rated kind of low on my anime list, but I actually quite enjoy.
Okay.
It's an anime called Prince of Stride Alternative, and it's basically a sports anime about this fictional sport that is basically relay racing, but it's parkour.
Okay.
And I just like the show. I think it's kind of cool. Like, it's not as much as like the characters of the story, but I just really like the idea of the sport.
Oh.
And I think it's executed, I don't know, in a fun way.
Okay. I've never heard of
Such
this, but it's a made-up sport, not an actual sport, or?
Yeah, it's like it's just made up, like it doesn't exist.
So, just gonna ask about it. Like, is like there are different types of sport elements in this sport? So, like, a bit of baseball, a bit of basketball, or something like that.
So, imagine like a relay race.
Oh, okay.
Now mixing parkour into that, and then also it's like, it's like oddly hard to describe. It's like they run out in the streets, they do parkour, and it's a relay race.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I might actually get into that with the parkour and stuff. Yeah, that's really cool. I actually did not know that anime, so that's really cool.
Not many people actually know that one.
Alright, that's cool. So the anime is called sorry, what?
Prince of Stride.
Oh, Prince of Stride. Okay. Alright, so let's get to the third question. What anime have you been enjoying this season?
There've been two that have been like absolutely exceptional this season.
Okay.
Is Tokyo Revengers. That's like a 10 out of 10 with the recent episode.
Alright.
But the other one that I kind of want to bring like attention to personally is To Your Eternity.
Oh yeah, the one where you were talking about that, like the orb becoming different.
Yeah, it's like an orb, and it changes forms depending on. I guess it's explained like, this stimulates the orb, like if it makes it feel like emotions or different sensations, and because of that, it can transform into that in a way.
Yeah.
It's a really weird concept, and it's the best way you can like really understand it is by actually watching the show, because that actually makes it simple.
Yeah.
I'm too dumb for this shit. So.
Yeah, I guess that makes we were talking yesterday, and how I described it was it sounded like a JoJo plot where you could talk about everything about it, but until you actually watch it, you won't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, if you don't understand what he's talking about, don't worry, I'm there too. And if I watch it, maybe I'll actually get a better understanding. But yeah, that's really cool. All right, so let's get down to the fourth one. So, and like I said in the other video, I might change it just in case. So, are there any fandoms you're a part of?
Not really. I'm not a fan of fandoms.
Okay. So then, is there like an anime that you like so much to a point where if someone like actually kind of disagrees with it, you get a little bit defensive? Not like saying like they're wrong and stuff, but more like you kind of don't understand it if you're just saying like so and so. Like for example, I'm gonna give this example. You know how Berserk is considered just a gore fest?
Yeah.
When it really isn't. So, you know, just something that people don't really understand, and they just, I guess, just they don't understand it, so that's why they dislike it.
To me, I don't think I have a show, but I feel like a lot of people shit on shonen like pretty frequently. Like they just consider most of it trash when, to me, I feel like it's quite enjoyable.
Okay.
It's like a simple story that you can just get behind, and the people try and like search for like a really deep meaning behind it, when sometimes you just don't really need that. It's just something simple to enjoy and just turn your brain off and just be like, yeah, this is kind of cool. Like even Hellmouth himself, he always tells me, oh, the shonen is trash, I don't like shonen. And then we sat down and we went through every single shonen show he liked. And he ended up liking more shonen than he disliked. So I was just sat there like, my guy, we just proved you wrong. Like,
yeah,
shonen isn't really trashy, it is enjoyable.
I actually do agree with that. A lot of people do crap on shonen, and I guess it's more of a thing that shonen was always appealing to younger kids, and I guess, you know, there was always that point in everyone's life where they're like, I'm too big to watch this, so I'm gonna watch something else. And
well, that's the whole point of shonen, is that it's appealed to like younger teenagers, and that's why like the stories are so simple and they don't really get that dark.
yeah, but it's also like some shonens that are so popular and actually are so deep are very popular. Like One Piece is a shonen, and that story goes back so far, and even a little bit we don't know, and a lot of people are still trying to figure out like what's going on. Like, well,
by deep I meant more like deep topics, like oh, this is like a hard topic to talk about or something like that. I feel like the people who shit on shonen are the same people who really enjoy like edgier shows, and I feel like I get tired of edgier shows a lot quicker than I get tired of like shonen.
Well, actually, people, I'm surprised people forgot this, but Death Note was a shonen, and that was like way different than like your Dragon Ball and.
Well, shonen is like a really broad genre. It's like you could think of something as a romance story.
Yeah. And
then you actually look at the genres and it says shonen right there. Like same thing with like detectives and like mysteries, like, you know, and dramas like Death Note and stuff.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, I know we've already been talking about a lot, but he actually does give out some good points. There's a whole bunch of shonen that if you feel is too young for you, then you should probably actually check it out, because maybe we're just looking at the surface and not going deeper. So
exactly.
So yeah, just shonen in general. All right. So now let's get to the fifth and final question. So, what is an anime that you think is overrated?
Oh, this is going to be a controversial one.
Okay.
I have two shows that I think I just like. I don't understand the hype myself.
Okay.
And the two shows are Cowboy Bebop and Mob Psycho 100.
Okay. Okay, so I understand Cowboy Bebop because I'm also there. My big question is Mob Psycho, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I just could never like really get into it. It took me forever to watch the first season because I just didn't like it. It felt kind of. It's like every episode you just sat there and you're waiting for a mob to just like reach 100 and then just go ham.
Well,
It didn't feel like there was any stakes really.
well, the whole point of the story is like it's similar to One Punch Man. Like he's not trying to become this powerful person. He's just trying to become like a normal person. That's why he
Yeah,
doesn't.
but the way it's done in One Punch Man is that when Saitama is not on the screen, like there's actual real tension. But in Mob Psycho, I felt like there was no real tension at any point. It's like, oh, just Mob's gonna get upset and then he's gonna go beat everyone up. Like, I don't feel like it's the same. It's like the same concept, but it's not executed in exactly the same way.
Okay, so you think One Punch Man did the concept better than
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do see that. I actually watched One Punch Man before Mob Psycho, and I was just wondering because I really did enjoy Mob Psycho, so I was just wondering.
Yeah.
But alright, let's talk about Cowboy Bebop. I actually am not a science fiction fan, so I honestly didn't understand why everyone was talking.
I don't think it's the science fiction. Like for me, it's like the space and stuff is cool, and I think like the production is done really well. The art is beautiful, like everything's done well. But it's just the story. Like we have these interesting characters, and it just a different story every episode, and it doesn't really have time to go deep or like develop like strong side characters. Or develop like a strong like plot line. Like we don't really get like actual story until like the last 2 episodes, where we get like the what's his name, Spike, I think. Yeah, his like backstory and stuff. Like that's when like it was somewhat interesting, but at that point the series is basically done already, and nothing really happened other than we met these people and we saw them in like a few scenarios.
Yeah, I honestly think Cowboy Bebop became popular because of how well its dub was considered. Like when people put a high point on dubbing, Cowboy Bebop was like, people were saying like that was the first official dub where it wasn't bad. So I think it probably wasn't mostly like, well, it is my opinion. I could be wrong because I didn't enjoy it, but I think people put that as a important point of why you should watch it is because the dubbing was considered professional level.
It was probably like one of the shows that's like really influential at its time, but now it's kind of just meh.
Yeah, I do see that. Firefly, if you don't know that show.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
Okay, so basically, the creators actually were inspired by Cowboy Bebop. And to get my mom to watch this, because she's a science fiction person, I basically told her, it's basically, this is what inspired Firefly. So, I got her to watch the first 2, but because I said I was going to watch shows with her, I just dropped it. I was like, So, yeah. I actually agree with you with Cowboy Bebop, but still not so much with Mob.
I know it's a controversial opinion of mine.
Yeah. All right, and I guess that's the end of the video. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Honestly, being on your channel is like I've made it. It's all I ever wanted.
I'm not that popular.
You're not popular, but you're just a legend to me.
Okay. Well, thank you for actually coming to me and asking me in the interview. It was really fun, and it was also really fun to get to know you. And like I said, audience, if you want to check out his channel, his link will be in the description below. And help him out, subscribe, and also subscribe to me because I'm the one making this video, so.
Yeah, definitely subscribe to it.
Yeah. And also comment down below who I should invite next if I can. And see you guys later. Peace.